Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to imagine something with me for a moment. Imagine a seed buried deep in the ground. No applause. No recognition. No audience watching it. The soil is dark. The pressure is heavy. The world above has no idea that beneath the surface something powerful is taking place. The seed is not complaining about being unseen. The seed is not announcing its progress. The seed is simply doing the work of becoming. And one day, without warning, it breaks through the ground. Everyone sees the tree, but very few respect the process that created it. Many people want the tree, but they refuse the soil. Many people want recognition, but they avoid preparation. Today, I want to speak to you about something that most people in this generation struggle with. We live in a time where everyone wants to show what they are doing, but very few are willing to become something in silence. Everybody wants to announce success, but almost nobody wants to build success quietly. But greatness has never been noisy in the beginning. Greatness is usually silent. The strongest buildings are constructed before anyone sees the roof. The deepest rivers flow without making noise. The most powerful transformations happen away from the crowd. And if you truly want to become powerful in life, you must learn how to build yourself silently. You see, noise attracts attention, but silence builds power. Let me say that again, because someone here needs to hear it clearly. Noise attracts attention, but silence builds power. There are people who are busy talking about what they will become. They talk about their plans. They talk about their dreams. They talk about their vision. They talk about their future. But talking about a dream is not the same as building a dream. A seed does not give a speech about becoming a tree. It grows. And many of us must learn the discipline of quiet growth. Because when you are always announcing what you are about to do, you attract critics before you even build strength. You invite opinions before you develop results. And sometimes the voices around you will poison the vision within you. There are dreams that must be protected by silence. There are goals that must grow in private before they can survive in public. The first rule of building yourself silently is this: stop announcing your every move. Listen carefully. The world does not need to know every step you are taking. Your progress does not need constant advertisement. Your preparation does not require public approval. Some of the most dangerous people in history were the quiet ones. They were the ones working while everyone else was talking. They were developing skills while everyone else was seeking attention. Understand this principle. When you speak too early about your plans, you release emotional satisfaction without producing real results. Your brain begins to feel as if you have already achieved something, simply because you talked about it. But talking is not building. Talking is not discipline. Talking is not growth. Real builders are usually quiet because they are busy. They are studying while others are scrolling. They are practicing while others are posting. They are learning while others are seeking likes and validation. And one day the results speak so loudly that explanations become unnecessary. The second rule of building yourself silently is this: develop your discipline in private. Your public success will always be the result of your private habits. What people see on the stage is only the surface. What people see in success is only the harvest. But the harvest is always created by seasons of unseen work. A musician practices thousands of hours before performing for an audience. An athlete trains in empty gyms before competing in full stadiums. A leader spends years learning, failing, growing, and developing before people call them successful. But today, many people want visibility before they develop capability. They want recognition before they build competence. They want influence before they earn authority. And that is dangerous. Because if visibility grows faster than character, the weight of attention will eventually destroy you. Your strength must be developed where nobody is clapping. Your discipline must grow where nobody is watching. Your commitment must be tested where nobody is praising you. Because private discipline creates public power. Let me tell you something important. The real battle of success is not fought in front of people. It is fought within yourself. It is fought when you must choose between comfort and growth. It is fought when you must decide whether to wake up early or stay comfortable in bed. It is fought when you must study instead of wasting time. It is fought when you must practice even though nobody is asking you to. That is where greatness is born. Greatness is born in daily decisions. Small decisions repeated consistently create extraordinary lives. The third rule of building yourself silently is this: strengthen your mind before you seek attention. Your mind is the headquarters of your life. Everything you will ever build begins in your thinking. Your future begins in your beliefs. Your direction begins in your mindset. If your mind is weak, success will not last. If your mind is unstable, pressure will break you. If your mind is confused, opportunity will overwhelm you. Many people are chasing success, but they have never trained their thinking. They have never disciplined their thoughts. They have never learned how to control their focus. But your mind must become stronger than your circumstances. Your mind must become stronger than criticism. Your mind must become stronger than fear. When you build yourself silently, you spend time developing your thinking. You read, you learn, you observe, you reflect, you sharpen your understanding. You become dangerous not because you are loud, but because you are prepared. And preparation changes everything. A prepared mind sees opportunities where others see obstacles. A prepared mind sees solutions where others see problems. A prepared mind remains calm when others panic. And that is why silent builders are often underestimated. People underestimate you when you are quiet. They assume you are weak. They assume you are inactive. They assume you are ordinary. But what they do not see is the construction happening beneath the surface. What they do not see is the preparation taking place in the shadows. What they do not see is the transformation happening within you. And when the time comes, the results surprise everyone. The fourth rule of building yourself silently is this: allow your results to make the announcement. You see, there are two types of people in this world. There are people who introduce themselves with words, and there are people who introduce themselves with results. The first group spends time explaining who they are. The second group spends time becoming who they are. When you truly build yourself, you do not need to convince people of your value. Your work will reveal it. Your consistency will reveal it. Your growth will reveal it. When a tree produces fruit, it does not advertise the fruit. People discover it. When a light shines, it does not announce its brightness. People see it. In the same way, when your development reaches a certain level, recognition becomes automatic. But recognition must never be your goal. Growth must be your goal. Because if recognition becomes your focus, you will start performing for applause instead of developing your potential. And applause can be addictive. Some people lose their purpose because they become addicted to approval. They start shaping their lives around what people will like. They start making decisions based on public reactions instead of personal conviction. But silent builders are not controlled by applause. They are controlled by purpose. They know why they are growing. They know why they are learning. They know why they are sacrificing. And that clarity keeps them focused. The fifth rule of building yourself silently is this: protect your vision from unnecessary noise. Not everyone needs access to your dreams. Not everyone deserves to hear your plans. Not everyone is qualified to advise your future. Sometimes people will criticize what they do not understand. Sometimes people will doubt what they cannot see. Sometimes people will discourage what they cannot imagine. And if you expose your vision too early, you risk allowing small minds to attack big possibilities. You must learn the wisdom of selective silence. There are seasons where you listen more than you speak. There are seasons where you build more than you explain. There are seasons where you move quietly while others are distracted by noise. And in those seasons you are not hiding. You are developing. You are strengthening. You are preparing. Because the world often celebrates the finished product, but ignores the hidden process. But the process is where the real transformation happens. The process is where your character is shaped. The process is where your discipline is tested. The process is where your identity is formed. And when you embrace the process, something powerful begins to happen within you. You stop chasing quick success. You stop worrying about immediate recognition. You stop comparing your journey to everyone else. Instead, you focus on becoming the best version of yourself. You focus on growing every day. You focus on improving your skills. You focus on strengthening your mindset. You focus on developing your character. And day by day, piece by piece, you build yourself quietly, patiently, powerfully. And one day, people will look at your life and call you an overnight success. But you will know the truth. You will remember the silent mornings. You will remember the lonely nights of preparation. You will remember the discipline that nobody saw. You will remember the sacrifices that nobody applauded. And you will understand that what they call an overnight success was actually years of silent construction. Ladies and gentlemen, the world is full of noise right now. Everyone is trying to be seen. Everyone is trying to be heard. Everyone is trying to prove something. But the individuals who truly change their lives are often the ones who master the power of quiet growth. They build their skills quietly. They strengthen their minds quietly. They develop their discipline quietly. They improve their character quietly. And when the moment arrives, their presence speaks louder than their words ever could. So I challenge you today. Stop focusing on being noticed. Start focusing on becoming valuable. Stop announcing every intention. Start executing every commitment. Stop seeking applause for your plans. Start building results that cannot be ignored. Because when you truly build yourself silently, something incredible happens. Your confidence becomes unshakable. Your discipline becomes natural. Your focus becomes powerful. And your life becomes a testimony of what quiet dedication can produce. Remember the seed. The seed grows in darkness. The seed grows under pressure. The seed grows without recognition. But when the time is right, it breaks through the ground and becomes something impossible to ignore. You are that seed. Your current silence is not your weakness. Your current preparation is not your limitation. Your current invisibility is not your failure. It is your season of growth. So build yourself. Develop yourself. Strengthen yourself quietly. And when the time comes, you will not need to announce who you have become. And the next principle I want to leave with you tonight is this: become so prepared that opportunity cannot ignore you. You see, many people spend their lives waiting for opportunity, but very few spend their lives preparing for it. They sit back hoping that one day a door will open, that someone important will notice them, that a chance will suddenly appear and change everything. But opportunity does not reward hope alone. Opportunity has a strange habit of visiting the people who are already ready. Opportunity is attracted to preparation the same way light is attracted to electricity. When the system is ready, the power flows. When the mind is ready, the moment arrives. The tragedy of many lives is not the absence of opportunity. The tragedy is meeting opportunity unprepared. Some people pray for opportunities they are not yet capable of handling. Some people ask for doors that would crush them if they open today. And sometimes the delay in your life is not punishment. Sometimes the delay is protection. Because preparation is what gives opportunity permission to trust you. Think about it carefully. When a pilot sits in the cockpit of an aircraft carrying hundreds of lives, it is not hope that keeps that plane in the air. It is preparation, years of training, hours of discipline, thousands of repetitions of the same skills, until the mind and body move with precision. When a surgeon enters the operating room, it is not luck that guides their hands. It is preparation. Years of study, years of practice, years of learning from mistakes and refining their craft. Preparation turns ordinary people into reliable people. And the world does not reward potential as much as it rewards reliability. Let me say that again because it is important. The world does not reward potential as much as it rewards reliability. There are many people with potential. There are millions of talented individuals walking around with gifts inside them. But potential alone is like raw gold buried in the ground. It has value, but it cannot serve anyone until it is refined, shaped, and prepared. Preparation refines potential. Preparation sharpens ability. Preparation converts talent into skill. And when talent meets preparation, something powerful happens. You begin to move differently. You begin to think differently. You begin to carry a certain level of confidence that does not depend on applause. Because your confidence is not based on people's opinions. Your confidence is based on your preparation. When you are prepared, you do not panic when opportunity appears. When you are prepared, you do not hesitate when responsibility increases. When you are prepared, you do not fear the moment that others are afraid of. Preparation removes the fear of opportunity. Many people are afraid of big moments because they know deep inside that they are not ready for them. The spotlight becomes intimidating when your foundation is weak. But when your preparation is strong, the spotlight becomes a platform instead of a threat. The stage does not scare the person who has practiced. Responsibility does not scare the person who has prepared. Pressure does not scare the person who has trained their mind. And that is why silent builders focus so much on preparation. They are not obsessed with being seen. They are obsessed with being ready. While others are chasing attention, they are sharpening their tools. While others are seeking approval, they are expanding their knowledge. While others are waiting for a lucky break, they are building the kind of character that can sustain success, because opportunity is attracted to competence, and competence is built through preparation. You cannot control when opportunity will arrive, but you can control who you become before it gets there. You cannot control who notices you, but you can control how skilled you are when they do. You cannot control the timing of doors opening, but you can control the strength of the person walking through them. That is where your focus must be. Your focus must be on becoming the kind of person who is ready when the moment arrives. And readiness is not accidental. Readiness is intentional. It is the result of daily discipline. It is the result of consistent learning. It is the result of choosing growth when comfort would be easier. Preparation requires a mindset that most people avoid, because preparation is often boring. Preparation is repetitive. Preparation is slow. Preparation is invisible. And many people lose patience during the preparation stage. They start something but abandon it before mastery develops. They practice for a short time but stop before excellence forms. They study for a while but quit before understanding deepens. They want results before development is complete. But preparation demands patience. Think about a craftsman shaping a piece of wood. The process is careful. Each movement matters. The craftsman is not rushing, because rushing would damage the work. In the same way, the construction of your abilities requires patience. Your skills need time. Your thinking needs time. Your discipline needs time. Your character needs time. But if you stay committed to preparation long enough, something extraordinary begins to happen. You start seeing things other people miss. You start understanding things other people overlook. You start recognizing opportunities that were always there, but invisible to the unprepared mind. Preparation sharpens perception. A prepared mind can recognize opportunity, even when it arrives disguised as difficulty. Because sometimes opportunity does not look attractive at first. Sometimes it arrives as a challenge. Sometimes it arrives as responsibility. Sometimes it arrives as a problem nobody else wants to solve. But the prepared individual sees possibility where others see inconvenience. And that difference changes everything. There are people who walk into the same room and leave with completely different results. One person leaves complaining about problems. Another person leaves recognizing possibilities. One person sees obstacles. Another person sees openings. The difference is preparation. Preparation trains your mind to think strategically. Preparation trains your eyes to see patterns. Preparation trains your instincts to recognize timing. And as your preparation deepens, your value increases. Value is what attracts opportunity, not noise, not popularity, not empty confidence, real value. When you become valuable enough, opportunity begins to seek you. People start calling you when they need solutions. People start recommending you when responsibility appears. People start trusting you with larger challenges. Because preparation makes you dependable, and dependability is rare. Many people start strong but finish weak. Many people promise much but deliver little. Many people want responsibility but avoid accountability. Prepared individuals are different. They respect their craft. They respect their commitments. They respect the responsibilities placed in their hands. And because of that, people learn they can trust them. Trust opens doors that talent alone cannot open. There are talented individuals who remain unnoticed because they lack discipline. There are gifted individuals who remain overlooked because they lack reliability. But when preparation meets character, trust begins to grow, and trust multiplies opportunity. Think about the individuals who are consistently chosen for leadership, important projects, or difficult assignments. It is rarely because they are the loudest. It is rarely because they promote themselves the most. It is usually because someone knows they are prepared. Someone knows they will deliver. Someone knows they will handle pressure. That reputation is not built overnight. It is built through preparation. Preparation shows up in the way you handle small tasks. Preparation shows up in how seriously you treat learning. Preparation shows up in your willingness to improve even when nobody is forcing you to. Prepared people do not wait for instructions to grow. They take initiative. They raid beyond what is required. They practice beyond what is expected. They think beyond what is comfortable. Because they understand something powerful. The opportunity of tomorrow is often created by the preparation of today. Every hour you invest in learning expands your capacity. Every skill you develop increases your usefulness. Every discipline you strengthen raises your level of readiness. And over time, those investments compound. One skill leads to another. One lesson connects with another. One experience strengthens another. Until one day, you realize that you have become someone capable of handling things that once intimidated you. That transformation does not happen by accident. It happens through deliberate preparation. Preparation shapes the way you think about time. Unprepared individuals waste time because they underestimate its value. Prepared individuals respect time because they understand its role in growth. They treat each day like a training ground. Each day becomes an opportunity to sharpen something, to learn something, to improve something. They are not obsessed with instant success. They are committed to steady improvement, and steady improvement creates unstoppable momentum. Momentum is powerful. Momentum begins quietly, but once it grows, it becomes difficult to stop. The person who improves a little every day eventually becomes miles ahead of the person who waits for perfect conditions. Preparation builds that momentum because each day of effort adds another layer of strength, another layer of understanding, another layer of confidence. And confidence built on preparation is different from confidence built on ego. Ego says, I believe I can do it. Preparation says, I know I can handle it because I have trained for it. One is fragile. The other is solid. One collapses under pressure. The other grows stronger under pressure. That is why preparation is so powerful. It transforms uncertainty into readiness. It transforms fear into focus. It transforms potential into capability. And capability commands attention. Not because you demand attention, but because your results make it impossible to ignore you. People begin to notice the consistency. They begin to notice the quality. They begin to notice the reliability. And gradually, your name becomes associated with excellence. Excellence is the natural product of long preparation. It is not a lucky moment. It is the accumulation of thousands of disciplined actions. And when excellence becomes your standard, opportunity begins to circle around your life. Because the world is always searching for people who are ready to lead, ready to solve, ready to build, ready to handle responsibility. Prepared individuals stand out because they remove uncertainty. They reduce risk. They increase confidence in outcomes. And that is incredibly valuable in any environment. Whether in business, leadership, creativity, or service, people gravitate toward individuals who are prepared. Because preparedness signals seriousness. It signals professionalism. It signals commitment to growth. And those qualities create influence. Influence is not about popularity. Influence is about trust in your ability. Prepared individuals earn influence naturally because their competence speaks for them. They do not need to convince people. Their work demonstrates their value. And as that value grows, opportunities expand. More responsibility, more challenges, more platforms, more chances to make an impact. But every one of those opportunities is supported by the invisible foundation of preparation that came before it. Hours of learning, days of practice, years of discipline, moments of failure that became lessons, moments of frustration that strengthened resilience. All of it contributing to the person you become. Preparation transforms you from someone who hopes for opportunity into someone who attracts opportunity. And attraction is powerful because when opportunity begins seeking you instead of the other way around, your life changes. Doors open faster. Trust grows deeper. Influence spreads wider. Not because you chased attention, but because you built ability. Preparation ensures that when the moment arrives, you are not scrambling to catch up. You are already standing where you need to be, already thinking at the right level, already capable of delivering what the moment requires. Opportunity meets you and recognizes readiness. And when readiness meets opportunity, acceleration begins, lives change, careers expand, impact multiplies. But none of it would be possible without the quiet years of preparation that came before it.